Okay, live now. Okay, so my plan was, well, have this up. So I was gonna plan on starting with Al- Alchemy of Souls discussion for at least for the first episode, maybe.
Yes.
So I had this banner up just because
Hold on.
I think
Screenshot.
no, I had a banner for like question mark for season 3.
Oh, the banner. Yeah. I see it.
Yeah, I just have just a banner. So I was gonna start with a question of why it should or should not be, why they shouldn't make a season 3. I mean, obviously it ended, but why they shouldn't make one.
Yeah. Yeah. I really liked it. Like, first of all, what is it about?
Yeah, good
Let people
point.
know.
Yeah,
Do you want me to share the link?
I did put the live stream in the chat, but should I put in like the general chat, voice chat?
If you want.
Okay, I'll
Or
I'll just uh, wait. That's no wrong
no, those are
wrong
wrong.
one. I don't know what I'm doing.
All right, I'll share. I'll share.
Okay, you shared since I accidentally had the StreamYard link on there. Oh, this is
All right.
yeah,
Let's see. All right, I am. I do have a few cheat sheets because I don't remember the names. I watched. When did
yeah,
I watch this? I watched this last year, I think. Yeah, I think it was
yeah.
last year.
I watched that like last week. I finished it last week.
It is so good. I
Yeah,
love
I
this.
mean, yeah, it was like a great fantasy, and it was one of the few historical dramas that actually didn't end depressing.
Yes, because there's a few K dramas that I really liked, and the ending was just like I wasted my time.
Yeah, I was fully prepared for the ending to be depressing, since historical dramas are notoriously known for having a very sad ending.
Yeah,
You
or
know,
just
like
like open ended. Like, wait, so nobody's happy? What?
yeah, I think those are worse than everyone dies ending. It's like no one ends. Then there are some where literally everybody dies.
Yeah, or just like, have you seen what was it? The Kingdom, something like that.
I have not seen Kingdoms.
Oh, is it Kingdoms? I don't, because there was one that was just really good. It was a masterpiece, and the ending was just like, the, why? Why did it go down this path? Let me see the list of the things I have. Okay,
Is
so
it is it this? Is it this?
no.
Okay.
I'm trying to see. Let's see my lists. 100 Days My Prince was very good. Rookie Historian was also very good.
The worst one was Moon Lovers.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
It's basically no one gets a happy ending.
Oh, gee. Do I know? Oh, The King, Eternal Love.
Oh, oh, I haven't. That's recent, so I haven't seen that.
It's not that recent. When did I watch it? It's 2020, from 2020.
Oh,
It's like so good, and then it's not.
yeah,
Like, why?
yeah.
Sadness. But yeah, let's see these Alchemy of Souls. Um. All right, Ebola. What is it about?
Well, uh, how do I explain it? Well, okay, it is. I don't how do you explain it? Well, if we look at the synopsis, is about a uh,
Yeah,
um th- three, four families, and then there's an assassin that shifted soul into another person. And at least the first season is about her being able to get her powers back. And
yeah, yeah. So this is a like a fantasy world.
yeah, historical
Um,
fantasy is what it's, I think, titled as.
yeah, I like it that there's how do I put it? Yeah, because the magic system is pretty well made, but it's a bit
Yeah,
complicated.
and the CGI is really good as well.
Yeah, like no, let me see if I can find this. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, so what they do is, well, like the name suggests, where I've got alchemy, which, so the alchemy of souls is like a type of magic, but it's a forbidden magic.
Yeah, it's forbidden because you're switching bodies between someone else and you.
Yeah, you're manipulating souls.
Yeah, you're
The name
basically
suggests.
taking someone else's body.
Yeah, and if anybody has seen Full Metal Alchemist, you know that's not a good thing.
Yeah,
And yeah, everything revolves around. There's a mystery at the start that you don't really understand that it is a mystery until later on. But it starts with the main female protagonist, who is an assassin.
yeah. She's called Nasku the Shadow Assassin.
Yeah, and
And that
she's fighting like the top
of one of the main, I guess, families.
yeah,
But that fight scene is like probably the one of the best fight scenes I've seen in most shows.
yeah. When it starts, like wow.
Yeah, it's a great start of the show. It's like, oh, it's starting with this fight scene. Now I'm already hooked on the show
Yep.
from that
Yeah.
one fight scene.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. And then like in the first chapter, in the first chapter, in the first
episode.
in the first episode, um, I agree. In the first episode, we see her like she does get hurt, and so to escape capture, she shifts right her soul into
Yeah,
somebody.
she was fatally wounded as so.
Yeah, but by doing so, she loses all like her magic or like her capacity
Yeah,
uh, to channel magic or something like that.
yeah,
So she has to make it in life without any of her skills,
yeah.
which
And
is
she,
like a funny start.
yeah, she originally tried to soul it into someone else, but ended up soul shifting into somebody else, which later you learn there's a reason why. She
Yeah,
was,
yeah. Because at the start, like what I she wasn't going for that person. Maybe what
yeah,
like it feels like a bait and switch first for like the viewer, but then you realize like, oh wait, there was a another reason.
yeah, yeah. There's, uh, later down the line, it explains why it chose that soul instead of the one she originally wanted.
Mm-hmm.
It also explains that you have to be compatible with that soul for you to switch bodies with, or else bad things will happen.
Don't remember that part.
I think I forgot when, but they did explain that both souls have to be compatible with each other, or else some consequences could occur if they're not.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, I just saw that like, because there are two actresses
Yes.
for the first one. From what I'm reading here, this was. Uh,
Yeah, I have it on the screen.
oh, okay. She left because she was a rookie actress and she felt a lot of pressure.
Yeah, also near the end it makes sense why she also left.
Yeah.
I mean, she is like specifically this one is only wait, that's the wrong one. This one is only 28.
Yeah, Park, right? She's a rookie actress. She prepared hard
Yeah,
for the series, but felt a lot of pressure about playing the main character of a big project.
yeah, I mean, that's a big project, especially 2 seasons, which K dramas notoriously are known for only having 1 season. So having
Yeah.
2 seasons,
I mean, they handled it great because it made sense
yeah,
how they like portray it for the change.
yeah,
So it's like I thought it was on purpose.
yeah. It seemed like because she's only in the first 5-10 minutes of this first season, outside of back flashbacks, she's only in there for like the big fight scene. Then she shifts her soul into into wait, yeah, this person,
Mm-hmm.
and then she's there through the rest of the first season,
Yeah.
which is also ironically in a drama I'm watching right now.
Yeah. When you start recognizing like, oh, there was that.
Yeah,
She
that's
joined
me.
the
That's me
team.
now. I'm like every show. I'm just like I know this person from this show and this show.
And yeah, like there's an old lady. Have you seen Startup?
No, but I know one of the Bay Susie who is in that show. Who's
Mm,
the main actress in that show is
hold on, because yeah, this girl. I'll just send you the name. I see her a lot. What? What was that?
I was just highlighting Wayfarer's
Yeah, looking for.
comments. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I really want to watch it again now. That because I went like through like a K drama binge, thanks to a friend of mine, and then I showed it to my mom. She became obsessed. Together we went through a K drama binge, and I was like, when you have too much, and you're like, nah, not now.
Yeah. I have
I need to get back into.
that's mostly all I watched, but it really started with a show called Happiness, which is where started most of my where I started fully watching K drama.
Mm. No,
It's
I started because a friend of mine like said, "Hey, let's watch this together." We were all in my house, and yeah, we just started. And then when they left, I just continued because I wanted to finish
yeah,
the series.
I think it started with either probably Squid Game or watching Sweet Home and All of Us Are Dead with my sister, and then I watched one by myself that I found by myself, and I've watched most of them ever since.
Yeah, they're so good.
Or I have a notebook of all the ones I finished because after a while of watching them, you forget which ones you've watched, and you kind of want to keep track of what you've watched. So I had to get a notebook and write them down, or else I'm gonna forget.
Yeah, there's so many, but
Yeah,
I really like the period drama ones,
the
like the
period
historical
ones,
ones.
the historical ones. You're like, I know I'm probably not gonna end up being upset at the end because it's gonna be a sad ending, and but then you forget that warning, like first 5 minutes in, you're like, okay, and then you're like, oh, I knew it was gonna be a sad ending, but I forgot about it until the end.
Have you seen the how I always forget the name, the Clowned Prince?
Crown Prince, is that what it's called?
But Clowned Prince. Let me see. No, let me check that. Did they remove it from Netflix? I'm gonna kill. See, this is the problem with the streaming services. They remove things,
That's
and
yeah. Like there was one show, it was called Lovely Runner, that Netflix decided not
oh,
to.
the Crown Clown. Wait,
Uh, there's Crown Clone, yeah, yeah. Netflix decided to not put on their streaming service, and then eventually they did. But by the time they already did it, people had already watched the show.
yeah, and then
I
they
mean,
complain. Why are people
yeah, I mean,
pirating
people,
stuff?
yeah, and also the price gap and price excessive pricing, and people, especially for K drama and Eastern entertainment, there's multiple sites to find. Like I have at least three outside of Netflix and outside the streaming sites service. I have like at least two or three sites where it's just anime or Eastern entertainment that I can watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a lot of different sites you can use.
Oh, now that you mentioned it, I was recommended a page. I forgot the name, but my mom probably has it. Mm. Yeah, that one's a good one, and
What this
they,
one?
yeah, that one is very good because it's one. Speaking of the Acolyte, where one very bad actress plays twins.
Yeah,
There's this series where one actor plays not twins but just lookalikes, and oh my god, the change, like the acting is so good.
yeah, yeah. Speaking on Acolyte, I've noticed that every Disney project that has failed has had a Korean actor in it.
Oh
And,
no.
and thankfully, though, they've had a show or a movie that comes out like after that project comes out. So I'm like, okay. Thankfully, their careers don't get destroyed because of a bad product. Like all three of them had either a movie or a TV show that came out like
Yeah.
months after.
Like maybe in Hollywood, but like in Korea, I don't imagine it was like
Yeah, it's probably because probably they're like, hey, they have probably so many projects built up, so it doesn't matter. And it's Western versus East, so probably it doesn't really.
yeah. Also, the culture around it is different. It's like if you got a bad project, well, then you just gotta continue.
Yeah, it's like you have a bad project, no one really you get offended over a bad project. It's like, hey, we tried, whatever.
Hmm.
On to the next project. Like there's one movie that also that got pulled from theaters in Korea, and a movie that did, and it's like I didn't. No one's like, it's like that's unfortunate because some people were like, hey, it's actually that's unfortunate because the movie was actually pretty decent. It's like, hey, I get the viewership, I guess, wasn't making it for to keep it in the movie theater. So
Yeah, it's a completely different.
and then
Also, like there in Japan, right? They have the culture of like, okay, we did something that the audience didn't like. They apologize. So there's like, oh, we'll try to be
yeah,
better.
or they say we'll try to improve from the first season or whatever, and usually it does improve from the first season. Like
Yeah,
maybe the first season is not great or something, or the episode before is not great, then it's like, hey, we'll try to improve, and usually it gets better. Maybe sometimes it's the opposite, but hey, not every show is going to be perfect. And the difference is also that they don't attack or belittle the fans. They actually say thank you for watching it, even if they didn't like it. They're like,
yeah.
hey,
No, no. If they said something against like the audience, they would be done.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like is how some people or fans sometimes have a tendency to forget that the actors are just playing a character and not actually the real person. Because
Yeah.
sometimes they get hate for the character, and there's a few actors that had to come out actually say, "Do not hate me because of what the character did. I'm just an actor." And I'm like, the fact that you have to say that sometimes makes me hurt. Especially, it was from a show called Queen of Tears as well, which is recent, and that one of the actors is notoriously for I guess playing bad characters, and he's like, "Don't hate me because of the character. I'm just an actor." I'm like,
Yeah. People
I
have
think
forgotten that.
yeah, some people forget that you're just playing an actor. That's not actually how you are in real life. At least I hope.
Yeah, and with the pressure that they have in their culture, I don't know Korea as much, but like in Japan, it does lead them to like take their lives,
Yeah,
or maybe the opposite. You have like the because they're seen as idols basically, so they're
yeah. I don't.
pursued or stalked or whatever, and that's also a
Yeah,
big.
am very hesitant to use the word idols because it kind of seems a bit.
Yeah, it's a
The
bit
word.
different. It's a bit
Yeah,
different.
I say I would prefer to say I guess star or so because because it also idol means worship, so it's like kind of like
Yeah.
I don't at least me I don't. That's kind
No,
of
but also like at least in Japan, idols are like a specific group of artists that like
yeah they're
that is the point of them.
yeah.
But sometimes that like the culture around them like is also used on like actors or singers.
Yeah, it's really insane. There's some in
Yeah,
there they like go a bit too extra, and I'm just like, sometimes I feel a little embarrassed to be part of the fans or something. Either go a little too insane about things.
yeah. It's like can you behave like a normal person?
Yeah, I mean the weird people have a name. They're called netizens, and they're notoriously known for being not the best people.
Yep.
I mean, it's
Um,
50-50, but
yeah, and also like again going back to the talking bad about the audience or the fans. um they can't do anything, and again I'm talking at least in Japan, which is what I know
yeah,
most. Like they can't do anything that would taint their reputation or the reputation of a studio or whatever they're working for.
yeah. I
like
mean,
like that is the biggest, that is worse than, I don't know, committing a crime. I mean, well,
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
maybe second lowest. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
over in Asia, they
because that,
represent
that would
that.
that would affect their reputation. Yeah.
Yeah, over in Asia, at least, like they view at least respect, and also they're like anything we say also could also represent the studio they're
Hmm.
working on, which the West apparently has forgotten how to do because they half the time they're blabbing their mouths. It's like you're working for a studio. This looks bad on the studio as well as you.
Yeah, that's what we say when these actors come out and attack people. I'm like Hollywood, what are you doing, right?
Yeah,
Or Disney or um
like and the acolytes actress
the
and
diss track.
whatever her first name is, Mandela or Mandela Steinberg or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
something like
yeah,
that.
somehow it's our fault that the show failed. It's like maybe if the show was actually good, it wouldn't have failed. Like maybe there's some people that if it was actually good, it wouldn't matter what we said. It would been successful regardless. Like if a show's good, it will be successful regardless of what people say.
Yeah, but also there it like being like a good person goes a long way to people like giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, like if you didn't do a pull district, you just said, "Hey, sorry, it wasn't what we expect, or it wasn't as good as we tried,"
Yeah,
then
but you
it
will
it would have been perceived as horribly. But since you came out and said, badmouth the fans, it went
at
worse.
this try. Yeah, yeah, no, because like I don't remember what stream they mentioned. Like, okay, like, in the Sonic for the Sonic trailer, it said like, okay, Keanu is the voice of Shadow, and everyone, and on the stream they said like, if Keanu's in it, then people are gonna go see it. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, because it's
did you
Keanu.
see? Yeah, do you see people online were actually getting mad at the Keanu Reeves, being like, "It's just a actor voicing a character," and they're saying, and now they're like going back to the Chris Pratt thing. It's like people. It's like, hey, give him a chance. Chris Pratt did fine. People at first hated Chris Pratt because, well, people do hate Chris Pratt for reasons that don't really have any reason.
Yeah,
But after they watched the movie, they're like, honest, they're like, hey, it was good. Some people did mentions like, hey, if Mario was being voiced as the Mario from the video games for an hour, people would probably not like it too much. It'd be
yeah.
annoying. So they decided to do the TV show version.
Keanu did do voice
You're
acting.
getting your keyboard's getting called out.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Uh, I didn't know it was that loud. Should have told me.
Uh, I don't really care.
Hold on. And now doing that, I did something to my settings. Oh yeah, Keanu did do voice acting for Toy Story 4.
Right. Who was he in Toy Story 4? I didn't watch the movie, so I don't know.
He was. Let's see. Toy Story 4. Duke Kaboom.
Oh, he was the dirt bike guy.
Yeah, and it was pretty well. He
Yeah.
did it pretty good. Like you notice it was his voice, but like the intonation or like the characteristic behind
Yeah.
the personality was pretty good. So
So how did you like season 2?
it was a big change, right?
Yeah,
Because
a lot of
it was a 3 years time skip.
yeah. Although I will say people say if they did a season 3, they could have done before the show came out, like before the first episode, like back
Like a
with it.
prequel.
Yeah, prequel. Or you could have done a show where it's in between the 3-year time gap,
No.
because there's no reason to make it after the show. I mean, you could do them tracking down the relics, but I mean, it was a perfect ending. There's no real reason to continue on.
Yeah, because if it because it was a final, right, final.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
Like
It had a
another
clear
thing that
ending.
yeah, like there wasn't any like, oh, there's something maybe might
Yeah,
happen. No, it was like a clear ending. So if they did a season 3, they might run the risk of
yeah,
like,
ruining it.
yeah, because
Yeah,
like the big threats are done. So
like there's shows that like Alchemy of Souls and others where you could have done a season 3, but and they probably would have done fine, but why risk it? I guess like it's a perfect ending. There's no real reason to add. I mean, it's the Hong sisters who are very well known for doing stuff, but it's a good final. It had a final good episode, and that was perfect.
yeah, um, yeah, and again, like they're I don't see any point to, because that's the problem with a lot of shows, um, like in the West,
Y-
that they keep on going and they keep on extending, and the quality just starts going
That's
down
the
and down.
that's one of the problems I have with Supernatural is they continued going on continued on with the show when it was drying up. Like I stopped at season 12 or 11. I mean, I watched the final episode, but it was just like you could tell they
I
were
haven't
running
watched.
out.
I haven't watched the last
I
one.
didn't watch it. It's just you can tell they're running out because they do mythology, monsters, all supernatural stuff. Obviously, is hence the
Yeah.
name. But
The thing is, like
by
that,
you
that
can
is a good
tell.
example um of people really loving the cast. Because a lot of people say, it's like Supernatural itself is not that good, but the cast, like people supported everyone, all the actors so much. The conventions were always crazy. They would do a lot of like mini conventions also, and that's what kept the show alive. Actually, it was the fans.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that was most CW shows was the fans that kept. I mean, I think Arrow ended perfectly at the right time because also I guess CW was going down as well, and they're like, might as well just end it right here before we make the show stale. I mean, so I
Yeah.
think that it was 8 seasons, which is pretty decent.
Which one? Sorry.
Arrow.
Arrow. Yeah, but
Yeah.
Arrow did kind of suffer a little bit at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I thought 8 was probably the best.
Yeah, and
Prob
Flash just went.
Flash after 5 just got worse.
I stopped watching. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was so bad.
yeah, yeah. So
That's also what I appreciate, a lot of um, British series,
yeah,
where they'll just be one season and maybe like 8 episodes. That's it. 3 episodes,
yeah.
4 episodes.
The one thing I do like about most British shows is like you have like maybe a season or two of one of the main character, and they basically make a way for him to leave, and where you have a new main character as the for the British shows is one thing I appreciate that like they make sure the cast isn't always the same, and at least one person or two people leave, and then there's a new set of casts. Like when Doctor Who was good, they had like every 3 seasons, and then they had a new Doctor Who.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when it was good.
that hurts to say because I used to like it. I didn't like Baldy at first, but I warmed up, and but then I stopped after he left. I'm like, ah,
Yeah, no, like I love Doctor Who. I thought like that story just like changed my life, and then
yeah.
to see it go down in flames.
Hmm.
ah,
That's the fact that that's a more dead series than Star Wars is a saying a lot.
yeah, and that's why also it did continue, or it did get. Yeah, that's why it continued, because people really liked the story. They also liked the actors, like David Tennant. Uh,
Yeah, they've also been wanting a ginger doctor for like years. We're probably never gonna get it now.
yeah. Oh my god, it's so dumb.
Yeah, and then the whole bi regeneration is just even more stupid.
It's so
I
dumb.
I saw that screenshot and actually watched the video. I'm like, what am I watching?
Yeah, I think Gary reacted to it.
I think posted it, and I'm like, what in the world am I looking at?
Terrible, terrible.
Yeah,
Uh, but yeah, oh, going back
yeah, yeah.
to
I did
Alchemy.
like, yeah.
Hey, finish your idea.
I was saying I like how kind of funny how he basically used her sword was one thing.
Did you cut out?
No, did I?
Oh, I thought you did, or you
I just
stopped
stopped. I
very
stopped. I
very
stopped.
bubbly.
I stopped with how he picked up her sword, which was kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
just everything about it. Also because it's set in like a
So it's
historical
set in
thing.
the period of Joseon, which is bef- yeah, the
Yeah,
Joseon period.
yeah. That the clothes, the designs of everything. Also,
Yeah,
they have like a specific type of filming, right? Slow paced, and
yeah. I
not
mean,
not not slow
each
paced. I
episode.
mean like calmly, right? Like
Yeah,
that happens.
yeah. Like each episode's an hour, so they have like an hour to set things up, and maybe like maybe a slow episode, but eventually somewhere in the episodes it's gonna have some payoff at the end, or like you get the story moving, even if the episode is like for the most part is slow. Eventually, it's gonna have to serve a purpose instead of just an episode for no reason.
Yeah, like a filler.
Yeah,
They have very few fillers, if any.
yeah. Like maybe if there's a filler, it might just because it's a very slow episode. But most of the time, each episode serves a purpose, and there's not really a quote unquote filler episode.
Yeah, and I really liked for this one also that they have various storylines happening at the same time
Yeah,
that at the end they converge.
yeah. The one thing I did kind of feel bad for was the other guy character who liked the Nasku, who is the shadow assassin,
Mhm.
his basically childhood friend. And looking back was very it's kind of sad, especially when the music that they were using.
Yeah, but they always do that. There's always like a romantic triangle,
Yeah, I mean, like
and and it's like no, and usually
yeah,
because sometimes it's like if you see it maybe in a Western show, it's like oh
it,
it's obvious that like this person has to be because the other one has the flaws. Here's like they're both good. And it's like
yeah,
how do you choose?
yeah. It was funny how in season two, the guy which is on the screen basically becomes Nasku in a way because he becomes basically what he becomes all powerful, and it's like he basically it's like he learned from the best. To be fair, he
Yeah,
learned he had the best master you probably could have asked for.
no, I want to check something out. Oh no, never mind. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
and it just takes a toll. Like the ending of season one was so like messed up
it
because
was there's people that like only season one, and some people like both seasons, and there's people that only like one season. But
I think that
the end of season one was
brutal.
just it was bad. I was like, it's like we get to see her fight again, but at the cost of this is the cost.
Hmm.
Because there's many people who wanted her to watch her be a warrior and mage again in season two or something, but it's like it makes sense why she wouldn't because her becoming a mage, her last time being a mage was basically killing the person she loved,
Hmm.
and as it said she was sickened by it to do it. So there's, and also she's a priestess, so it's basically mage,
Yeah,
but
but
without the
also
combat.
it's terrible on an emotional level because like he dies thinking she did it on purpose, like that she went back on everything. It's like no, no.
Yeah, and
So
then the
for 3 years he thought that like no. That's what hurts the most.
yeah until the as they call it in the show, the foolish friend finds out that actually one of the other people used a spell to cause her to run rampant
Mm-hmm.
against her will. These I do wonder if they found out that Nasku was the master that he got trained by. They probably did figure it out.
Well,
Wait,
I will have to leave a heart out. I gotta take a very important call.
okay, are you just gonna end it here then?
I think so because I don't know how long it's gonna take.
Okay, so next week we if we figure this out next week we can do probably figure it out an hour.
Yeah,
Then
yeah, yeah. I just something came up and I gotta make sure.
this is the beta test live stream.
Mm-hmm. King of Dance. What do you want me to
Oh,
say?
oh you what do you want her to what do you want her to say?
Hold on.
Oh, I see. I see.
MCU fan is a beta simp.
Simp. All right.
Simp. All
Yeah.
right.
So since
All right.
Sophie
But
has to
yeah, but
leave,
this was very, very, very interesting. Sorry,
so
guys. Something came up with.
do you have anything going on before you leave?
I do have my channel. It's called Chronicling Mayhem. It's got kind of a VTuber vibe. I'm doing little by little a few more videos, but yeah, that's all.
Yeah. And I will have a live stream tomorrow at 7. I mean, not 7, like around 5 that I usually do it when I get home. And talk about, the usual Disney gaming crashing, Western gaming crashing. But this is going to be the talk about actually good things that we like for once,
Yeah,
because you don't really get a lot of live streams that people talk about that they like. So, and I'm about to post. I'm posting your video.
all right. Thank you.
Yeah. So this is going to be. We're going to probably call it here since Sophie has to go, and we will see you next Wednesday, same time. So
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely.
yeah.
All right. Thank you
See
for
you.
having me. I'll see you everyone.
I
Bye.
will see you next time. So we're gonna end here. I will see you next week. I mean, I'll see you tomorrow and next week. Bye.